I'm Rob Parker. I'm the Director of Business Technologies for Praeses. I'm going to do, we kind of had to do a quick change here to talk about some things, but I want to do a little bit more on the capabilities. I know we talked a little bit Tuesday morning for the coffee break, but I want to give you just a little bit more data on Praeses. Talk a little bit more about what we do, who we are. So we're headquartered and located in Shreveport, Louisiana. We've been in business for about 32 years. We're a privately held company. We are primarily a business process re-engineering software development company. I talked a little bit about that the other day. We've got 70 plus employees. We've got offices in Shreveport, in Monroe, Louisiana. We've also got an office in Georgetown, Texas, and we've got a stable of home offices down in the New Orleans area. So 100% of our development is done in the U.S. And we've been working with shipbuilding for about 15 years. Like I said, we've been involved in process re-engineering and complex systems integration problems and just the more complex business problems for a while now. I always put this on there because it's very important, especially in Lower Alabama. They butchered the name for so many years. We go to all these conferences and we talk to people and they always call it Praeses or Praeses or whatever. So I put this on here really more for Patrick Carpus than anybody else. It's Praeses. So, and if anybody wonders what that means, it's Latin for software. Okay? So, because the Latins have a lot of software, right? Johnny, on every time. It's okay.
There's nothing I can do with this Texas, Mississippi, Alabama accent.
We're making progress, man. We make progress a little at a time. It's not a rapid change. We're just incremental improvement. All right, so just to give you a little bit more information about what we do. We do a lot of mobile application development. We do a lot of web development. Any type of business process that needs to be automated, systems that need to be linked together. We're doing a lot in the legacy system modernization world. So a lot of access databases are out there, a lot of old mainframe systems that nobody knows how to support any longer. We help to transition those into more modern platforms and allow them to talk to other systems in the enterprise. I have to do this. I have to do this. I know. So the other thing we've been doing a lot over the last 5 or 10 years, we've always been involved in the research aspects, especially with programs like NSRP, Mantech, Office of Naval Research. But over the last few years, we've been doing a lot of SBIR project work. And we're using that as ways to foster innovation and to develop more innovative technologies to help solve some of these more complex problems. So, a lot of the things that we're using a lot of semantic technologies. This whole RDF, triple store, ontologies, use ontologies to try to manage data in these disparate data sets. We're doing a lot of work, as we mentioned, with the legacy system modernization. We're doing a lot of work with software language parsing, where you point one of our tools at a software program, and it enables you to break it down and develop a tree structure, semantic structure of the program so you can understand it more quickly, more efficiently. You can do that with lots of different data sources. We're doing a lot of work in the AI space, natural language processing, machine learning, data fusion, and data visualization. So I'm going to talk about a couple of projects that we're doing now that involve a lot of command and control, data visualization stuff. But from an industry served, obviously there's shipbuilding, manufacturing, we do a lot of stuff in the insurance industry, healthcare, IT, oil and gas industry, all the energy industry, some stuff in law enforcement. We're kind of doing a lot of different things in a lot of different areas. Then obviously with the Air Force, with the Navy, and other parts of the Department of Defense. A couple of prior projects that we've done that were related to ShipConstructor. These were mainly done under the National Shipbuilding Research Program. We're involved in a CAD ERP project with SSI, where we helped to push data out of the CAD model, pull it into ERP systems to support material, like the BOM, material ordering pieces. We also did a follow-on project related to linking CAD model information with the planning system and trying to develop our production plans and leverage the CAD model, the product model, to support planning. And then we did another project, and we've done some work with with data exchange specifications and taking these the data that's in the product model and exporting that in a format that was mandated by the Navy for this PLCS AP 239 for lifecycle support for our systems. So those are a couple of past projects that we've done. A couple of ongoing projects I want to talk about before I turn it over to the singer and dancer in the group, Hodges. I reported 2 years ago on our digital headway project. That's still ongoing. That project involves BAS Engineering, ShipWeight, Newport News, Marinette Marine, Conrad Industries. It's an NSRP-funded project to build a mobile application to support deadweight surveys. And we're to the point where we've got this system that's starting to be developed. We finished the mobile piece. We developed the server side piece, and we're actually going to do a pilot in Newport News in November. Just found out from Bruce it might be election day, so we may have to rethink that. But that project's ongoing, and we're going to have that wrapped up by next March. Another one that I'm kind of excited about, it's not in the shipbuilding space at all, but we were awarded an SBIR project by the Air Force to actually build a command and control center to support the Minuteman III program. And I don't want to go into any detail on that one, because obviously some security requirements, but what we basically did is we took a lot of legacy data and we pulled it together and displayed it on the map. And we did a kind of a final demo that a few weeks ago, and it was very well received. And kind of that's an emerging capability that we're developing, and we're really excited about. We call it a watchtower. So a lot of cool, interesting things going on with Praeses outside the shipbuilding community. And just going to turn it over to Eddie. You saw him Tuesday night. He was exceptional on the dance floor. And his rendition of John Bon Jovi's Bed of Roses was 1 point. So here you go, Eddie.
First of all, I thought I was going to sing, that's what he told me, so didn't realize I was presenting this like 5 minutes ago. So right after lunch, thanks everyone for coming. I eat a lot, so if I fall asleep during the presentation, throw something at me. This is my first time coming to this conference. I'm back kind of in the shipbuilding vein after a little bit of a break. I spent many years of my career Avondale Shipbuilding, Northrop Grumman, Ingalls, did Bollinger, just recently worked at Metal Shark. So really exciting. I'm definitely excited. A lot of the presentations that I've seen over the past several days have been great. I was on the cusp of laser scanning in the early 2000s and presenting at the SPAR conference and everything. So to see how far that technology is coming is just unbelievable. Because we were sitting there for 3 or 4 hours doing registration of point clouds, and now it's like that, and you send an email, just no problem. So it's amazing to see, how far things are going. So just a little bit about me. New Orleans native, of course, don't hold that against me. Grew up in West Wego, which is known as the city of 7 smells. Currently project manager for Praeses. I tell people it's such an amazing change of scenery for me because for the past 20 years of my career I've been responsible for building something. Either a ship, oil and gas skids, doing industrial rotating equipment for a while, but there was always something that shipped off or sailed away to the customer. And now actually working on just the information part of that. So it's nice to be able to see the ships and all that stuff, and I know everything that we're doing is adding value to those processes, and also it's definitely excited to be back. So like I said, shipbuilding, oil and gas, industrial rotating equipment, which is definitely my brief little 4-year taste of service industry that was not as fun as I would hope. The 2 o'clock phone calls of gearboxes breaking down at sugar mills and things like that. I've been over my career, predominantly, the majority of it was actually control. When I left Northrop Grumman in 2010, I was actually the Gulf Coast Safety Manager for Tracks Control. Metrology was, that's what was in my DNA for many years, and I still know a lot of people in the shipyard who do that. Quality, process improvement, and project management. So business degree, management degree, Six Sigma black belt, did a Tsunami paper with Dr. T. Wang. I'm sure a lot of you know him on thin steel distortion for Tsunami conference, and U.S. Navy veteran. So that's kind of my blurb on who I am, and I know most of you get to know me a little more. Seen a lot of familiar faces that I knew from way back, so it's nice to start bringing it back together. Just a quick intro into what we have going on right now. I know we saw a very similar picture like this on someone else's slide earlier during the week, and thought about maybe trying to change it up, but it's so relevant to all the different roles that people play to get from concept to actual completed delivered product with minimal defects and most efficient and effective manner. So I used to have this when I worked for NOV. I had it hanging on my door, and it was always a constant reminder because it's a cute little cartoon. But when you dissect it, it's so real to what's going on, in the real world out there. So we see all these different problems with rework, and it all boils down to saving dollars, improving customer satisfaction. Everything ties into it. So this, like I said, just a cute little cartoon to reiterate that. And I think anything that we can do as an organization, Praeses that we can offer, is that if we can, close the gap on those things, those areas, that we can take from, what you have in your models and everything from theory all the way to production, and we can streamline the information and have the most, efficient and effective things going out. So just going to talk a little bit about some of the things that we've been doing. Like I said, we're not going into any detail about the specific projects that we've worked on, but we've been doing a lot of work with creating plugins that customers can actually use in tandem with systems that they're using, such as ShipConstructor. And every shipyard has their own set of databases and systems, and there's information galore throughout the whole organization. And how do you access that information? How do you eliminate redundant steps and different things like that? So the plugin, just a software component, adds a feature to an existing program and run it inside the software environment. Users will have a push button to import information from another source, and then provide access to that external data. And why would we need a plugin? We want to automate repetitive processes. I remember years ago when I was working for Avondale Shipyard, I was sent to AutoCAD class, and Don Spod was actually my instructor. And I remember him saying, if I have to click something 3 times, I'm going to create a macro or write a script to do that for me next time to make those shortcuts. So we see a lot of things on design with a lot of manual entry, a lot of work between operators that's not standardized. So to automate things, highlight information on the fly in the 3D model, pull in that external data from external data sources, add annotations to drawings that are helpful. It all boils down to, like I said, when I started as a grinder, was a ship fitter, action control, I even moved into engineering management, and it was always the goal to have a drawing that went out, and the guy didn't have to come back in and ask the designer what system to use. So the more we can improve that and provide them with information that they can actually look at the drawing and build it right the first time, without now showing a whole rework iteration and going back and forth between engineering and production. So several examples. I mean, like I said, we got several projects going on right now. Rob and I kind of brainstormed about what would be some cool things that we could do with some plugins, just to kind of spitball some things and put them out there. Like what would be something simple that a designer could use and bring into his software platform and be able to do. So we talked about, you know, compartment boundaries on a model. You can draw a ship broken up into units, blocks, grand blocks. But as the ship gets put together, that whole concept of the units and everything goes away. Now it's all about compartment completion. You know, so how could you put those compartment boundaries in with some type of plug-in on the fly like that? Work order status is another cool thing. It's like if you were going to revise a drawing, said, oh, we got a revision required for this, but when the designer pulls it up, it automatically pings the status of the work order for that particular component, and you get some flag that says, hey, this is in production right now, so then you stop production, or if it's not been started, then you can put a hold on it, or if it's been built already, then they know they have to have a work order for rework. So being able to have those systems communicate is definitely where we're going with that. The production schedule using a 3D model. We all see like the Navisworks models, we look at the 3D model of the ship, but as the work orders get completed, it would be really neat to kind of see the ship being built electronically in the model, so you can see that true progress. Kind of similar to when they did the demo with showing the pipe turn green once they verified it was installed. Time entry. You know, timekeeping, especially working on government contracts, is a very critical thing, making sure that you charge them to the right projects. An interface between the package that he's working on this computer that automatically says, oh, you're working on this particular hull, this job, and it automatically piggybacks and jumps over to the timekeeping system so you have accurate information. Navisworks plugin show compartment completion. Again, just another one making progress for work as it's going on. So that's just a few things to kind of get wheels turning. But the thing is, we see a lot of presentations here are people that build things. Other companies have software packages, but there always is that need for someone like us that can create those relationships and come in. So just some of the benefits of that, eliminating process steps. We hear more and more about continuous improvement, all the different buzzwords, how do we do things better, faster, cheaper, do it right the first time. Accurate information is an absolute must. You know, taking out the used data entry errors. Standardization. You know, every single designer sometimes has their own signature on how they do things. So you got, you know, plugins that could actually automate those things, and you would have standard drawings coming out. Integrity of the data and information, improving productivity, and then overall enterprise level visibility. So I threw this in the presentation just to show, because it's really funny. I don't know what the hell this says. I'm a shipbuilding guy, a manufacturing guy. Some of you probably are familiar with it. I mean, I've done some VBA stuff and all that in Excel. But the team of developers that we have, the coders and everything, these guys are brilliant. I mean, they're really fantastic at what they do. And sometimes I feel like what they really do they don't get credit for it. Like, you can't see it because it's like, oh, cool, you made a button that I can push the button and I can see this. But there's so much magic behind the scenes that they have to do, and all the coding and the reviews, and we do everything in an agile environment. And so I just put that up there kind of as that's where the magic happens. And then we end up with some type of, you know, cool plugin that the customer can use to improve his process. So just overall steps for a plugin. It's all about solving problems. I mean, one of the presentations this week was we don't know. I mean, I've worked at numerous different places, and there's always, this is the way that we do it, this is the way we've always done it. I worked at a place in 2013, and the purchasing manager was literally cutting the rows off of the bill of material with scissors, because he only wanted to send the gaskets and the studs and the nuts to vendor A, but he didn't want to see the flanges and everything, so he actually cut them all out, taped them on a different piece of paper, and faxed it to that vendor. This was in 2013, and I was like, are you kidding me? That's the way he learned how to do it in the 80s, and no one ever told him any difference, and that was his process. So sometimes understanding that there is a possibility for improvement is the first step. understanding that current process, value-added steps, non-value-added steps. One thing we see a lot of times coming in to help a customer out is they say, hey, we have this program, or we want to retire this mainframe or do this, and want to hire us to create something, but they'll realize that some of the process steps that they actually have are even non-value-added. So not only do you get the benefit of, oh, well, we created a whole new system for you, but we've also made it more efficient, eliminated redundancy, eliminated steps. So sometimes that's an eye-opener for customers. Understand those data sources, where the information comes from, where it's stored, and then next you just call Praeses to build it and count the money that you saved. That's all I have. Definitely, appreciate the opportunity to stand up here and tell you a little bit about myself, my background, and what our company is capable of. If you have any questions.